me and Jay have decided we want to try something a little bit fun and different. So we're doing what we kind of term a gentleman's agreement game. So because we want to both try something fun and weird, we've set up a scenario where we both kind of set our own conditions on it, and we've decided we're going to play an advancing scenario, both coming from the shorter board edges, focusing on, we wanted to try out some fun ranged options and a larger game. The larger game has a caveat. It's still only 5 logistics cards, but it's 15 of whatever else we want, okay? But the scenario is there's a banker here. We're a small, very elite team sent to secure the banker because our employers are short of cash and need a loan because they want to produce more decks. So what we're going to do is deploy here and we'll see who's attacking, who's defending. Roll off. I'll give you. Ooh, that's promising for me. Oh, sorry. We'll do it here because.
So close. You get to choose your deployment.
I get to choose the deployment. That
one gives you commanding ground, but it also gives you difficult terrain, or a long way around. This one is faster access, but especially for all of those crossbows you've got, it's going to be harder to see your target.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take this deployment zone.
You got it. We're also playing with advanced rules. In this case, people in heavy armor are slowed by their equipment. Not dramatically, but enough that someone who's lightly equipped is going to be moving faster, especially over difficult terrain.
So the rules are movement is your armor save plus D3. So someone in Milanese is 1 plus D3, and someone like a dog who has a 6+ armor save is 6 plus D3. So it makes things interesting there.
Are we going to be drawing from the scenario deck as well?
Sure, let's do a draft. These guys a little bit over here so we can have the dice here so we can just find it. Okay, let's do a scenario draft. That would be very interesting, I think.
It's already going to be interesting because fully half of my deck begins in my hand and not deployed.
Well, funnily enough, mine is similar.
Yeah, this promises to be an interesting game. Right, let's find a scenario deck.
Okay.
Night attack.
Night attack.
Unprepared. Hangover. Work party. And something to prove.
Oh dear. So I chose deployment zones. That means you're attacker.
Indeed. And the first thing I'm going to be choosing is the hangover.
Oh dear, I kind of thought that might be something. I doubt he's taking any heavy armor. And I don't think either of us really want a night attack. So I think I'm going to try something to prove.
Work party it is. Just for the extra bodies on the field.
No, that has some advantages. And then I will take unprepared just because.
And we each get a night attack that no one's going to play.
We both had an option to attack and then we went, nah, I want to see things.
Well, we're both heavily ranged focused, so...
Yeah, makes total sense. Okay. So, I deploy first and then you deploy. But before the game begins...
Pre-deployment.
Yes. Before the game begins, we're going to have to... I'd like you to turn your back, sir.
As you wish. You do need to tell me why.
I do have an ambush card.
But you don't have an ambush card. No.
Oh dear.
Senor Machiavelli says.
Okay, well, I have a second ambush card. Do you have a second?
I do not.
Okay. Mr. Machiavelli say? Okay, noted. Click and go.
Further pre-deployment. Swiss influences on my Landsknecht troops.
Okay.
I, in fact, have Italian troops outfitted with German guns, trained by the Swiss.
Okay. I have Swiss troops who have been working for a Spanish employer and who are dogs of war.
So, for my Swiss influences, first of all, my artillerymen are also longbeards, which means they gain additional to hit rolls.
I see
And
it.
they rally better.
Yes.
And I'm also using one of the Swiss veterans cards.
Oh, extra speed.
Indeed. Both Swiss influences are played. Any further pre-deployment you want to set up?
No, that is it. I have deployed mine.
Okay, well,
There's one thing that pre-deployment.
I am still pre-deploying, so
I have something. Do you have any capos, sir?
I have the one, yes.
And you have so you have the veterans.
Yes, veterans and one company.
Is that the Duchess?
It is.
I will play this on the veterans. The veterans have something to prove.
They're not, the veterans are not company.
Yes.
Cards that apply to company cannot be played. States. Yeah. Okay, your capo, on the other hand, has a hangover.
Okay. I have 3 fortitude on that couple.
Yeah. Here we go. On the box, please.
Oh, the box. Excellent. Fair point.
Ooh. He's been drinking very heavily. 2 virtue burnt before the game even begins. Now, before deployment, I am also deploying 2 units of local militia with heavy crossbows.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be setting up. Let's see. I will be deploying the heavy crossbows, both units.
I think I can see where.
Just here. Well, it doesn't make sense that a banker would arrive without any sort of cover.
Yeah.
So before you get to the banker, you're going to have to work your way through his highly trained bodyguards.
Excellent. Just so you know, on my troops, each of my I have a marksman,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have a unit of 3 gunners. They have they are Reisläufer, veteran Swiss,
Yep.
Longbeard, and Spanish veterans of the Long War.
Goodness.
So there's nothing complicated to them, but they're very good at what they do.
Evidently. Right, let's see. You've deployed,
Yes.
and
Oh, my capo is also veteran of the Long War.
so my particular troops, since we're experimenting with the movement rules, are dragging an artillery piece with them as well. And the Pavisiers are wearing heavy armor.
Interesting.
Indeed, so they're going to be very slow indeed. It's just as well that they're not deploying yet.
Oh, I wonder what kind of traps you have going on there. It wasn't an ambush. Maybe it's a shortcut.
It could well be.
Okay. My first action then, sir, I guess.
I believe so. You're the attacker.
Yes. I will use my veterans have two fortitude and 1 prudence. So they will move up with that. Actually, first action I will do is I will rally with my with my capo, but because they're Longbeards, they get an extra die for every Longbeard within command range. So he's rolling he's rolling 6 dice.
He rallies 1.
2. Sorry.
So
The Longbeards slap him up a bit, give him a kick in the nadgers, and tell him that he should behave himself and act like the marksman he is.
my action.
Your action, sir.
Nobody's deployed yet.
Then it's back to my action. Then I will make a. Rice Lawyer for, by the way, also means that they have +1 action on my veterans. So they have 3 actions. I will then make them make a move action with 2 fortitude a fortitude and improvements, let's say. So that faith and virtue is refunded. So they will move 6. Is this difficult terrain?
It is.
Okay. To know.
The model can't stand up on it.
Yes, that is fair enough.
Yeah.
Would this path also count?
I don't think that's a path because again the models are. Oh, maybe let's.
He's just what? Yes.
Yeah, I'd say difficult.
Okay, paths still can be difficult. Fair enough.
This here wouldn't, I don't think.
Yeah. I will maybe actually. I might give them a bit of a duck behind coverage, just in case you try and argue that someone might have upset him.
The marksman isn't over.
Veterans can't order him. They have command range, so they're just gonna veterans could do what veterans do.
Very well.
Okay. So they have used 1 action. The marksman has used 1 action. Excellent.
I still have no actions to pursue.
Okay, then they will make a 1 dice action with fortitude. That is a movement action. Oh dear. I think we forgot something.
What?
We're moving using the movement rules, right?
We are.
So they have 5+ saves. So instead of 6, they would move 3 plus D3.
7.
7.
Yes.
Because they would move here.
So possibly not behind cover.
No, I'll move them an extra 2 here. And just hope that I don't know, let me check. Those guys do not have line of sight.
They're obscured, and I believe the brow of the hill covers them from these guys as well.
Oh, excellent. It might take a bit of a sneaking way around. Excellent. Okay. So they have used 2 actions. They have 1 action left. Do you still have nothing to do, I'm guessing?
I still have nothing.
The marksman will move up. He will use 2. He will use 1 fortitude. Refunding. And he's also moving 7. After he's recovered from his hangover, he says, "Wait up, guys, I'm coming." Excellent. And now these guys have a 3rd action to do, and they're on their previous 2 dice action, they had it refunded, so they will make and that is refunded too. So they are able to do a 7 dice action. Wouldn't it be 8? 3 plus 5.
5 plus. So
5 plus D3. Maximum of D3 is 3. 8.
yes.
Actually, no. How about we go? We will stay. At least so we can.
Try to get some obscurity.
Yes. there's a straight line over here.
Yes, I don't think that's sufficient to count as obscured.
You don't think it's obscured?
If you look at the level of the ground there, it's knee high.
Okay. They started here. They have 8. Do I do? Because the light armor means that they're fairly vulnerable. I might actually keep them then just slightly here, because then the brow of the hill obscures them, and the runes obscure them from there. Would we agree?
Yep, I agree with that.
Okay. So they have made 3 actions. They moved from here to here, and I moved to here to here. So that's only 2 actions, actually. So they have. I will check real quick how many actions my marksman has. He only has 2. You made him a wrestler for 2. But okay, so they have a 3rd action they can make now. And again, they are rolling 2 dice. It's another 8. But they are not refunded, and this is their last action. So I think.
So from there, I would say they're obscured,
Yes.
but they are in line of sight of those crossbow.
So they will be shot at. And he's done a rally and he's done a move, so he's just healing up.
So we are making a 1 dice attack with each of these crossbowmen
Yes.
using Cadencia. And we have 2 hits, one of which is a crit.
Oh dear. So I have to roll my defense dice. One
crit should roll on Cadencia?
crit on Fortitudo means it reduces my armor by 1. By further 1, so it's kind of pointless on this, but still. So I roll 3 defense dice. I will first roll that crit. This is the crit because. No. Excellent. So the other one
You hit twice.
twice, and now for the other hit. If only it had been the other way around.
Crossbows still mean -1, so even then.
Yes. So I have to roll the armor save for him. So let's see. Armor save was passed.
Check you.
Vet. If you're a veteran, you know that the helmet can peek above the thing, but nothing else can. Or maybe he just carries a handy pocket Bible.
Okay, so if you're taking no further actions,
Yes, they're done.
then these men will be taking a reload action, which is successful. Which means that they need 1 further reload action before they can open fire again. This gives us the opportunity to get back under cover.
Yes.
So I'm passing.
I think you passed at the beginning, sir. You passed several actions ago.
Beginning of round 2.
Beginning of round 2. Jay, do you have anybody who appears?
I do.
Oh dear.
Because I am using the secret path, which is basically a highway, which allows me to deploy within 6 inches of this board edge. But I took a shortcut on the way, which means I'm deploying 12 inches from the board edge with artillery and a work gang and the Duchess. May I have the measuring tape? "12 inches places me here."
Yes. But you still have to get the banker off your own deployment zone.
They do. But I have artillery behind you. Artillery defended by arquebusiers and Palisieri.
You pass, so you do have first move.
They do. But I'm still deploying. Next up, the Duchess deploys right amongst the crossbowmen over here, whom she will be trying to convince to join her particular avenue of thought. And the work gang trailing along behind.
Stay out.
First action.
Boom.
I think I'm going to fire a cannon at your arquebusiers.
Makes sense.
Now, these normally have a to hit of 4+. They're using. They are long beard, so they get +1 to that. So I'm hitting on 3+, and they're using 2 Celeritas. But before I begin with that, before I begin with firing, I'm using Knowledge of the Humors from the Renaissance Man deck. And I'm going to be turning all of my virtues into Celeritas.
Okay.
We are rolling now 3 dice of Celeritas on a firing action.
Interesting.
At
I
your
think I
eyes.
see where this. I think I see where this goes. No crits though.
Unfortunately, it is a hit, however, with a wall gun. Your armor save is +4.
So yes, that's on. So even my I will need a 6 to save this. So let's see whether old Fritz, who managed his last one rather well, can also roll a crit on. No, he does not. He is.
Fritz is down.
And the wound save.
I don't believe it says anything specific about the wound save on it. It's just a standard wound save. That's a no.
But it is fairly clear. Fritz is no more.
That is a loss of 1 virtue. And because it's a wall gun, every enemy model within 2 inches must burn a virtue. That is 2 models.
And there's that I burn 1 virtue for losing it.
Yes.
And then 2 more virtue for the people being around.
That's 3 burnt virtue on your veterans. Oh dear.
They're burnt out now.
Yes, and at the end of the round they will be fleeing, unless your marksman can make it to them.
Well,
Team command.
veterans can rally, but maybe I can get up and get to him and just establish control that way. Oh dear. Okay.
That was my first action.
My first action will. I think that he's hoping that I will. Yes, I think I'll try and move up with 2 fortitude to try and get up to them. And oh dear, that's not looking good. So that's D3 plus 5. That's 6 inches.
If that's a marksman, he has heavier armor.
Let me double check that. You are probably correct. He's a 4+ save, so yes, he is. He's a 5-inch move.
Second action. I believe the Duchess is going to try to convince those crossbowmen to join her faction. And she's going to be rolling 9 dice for this.
Oh dear.
Nine dice.
See what kind of straight we have.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So everything but a 1.
Everything but a 1 indeed.
We'll set that aside.
Back over to you.
I love that. I love your ambushing AT gun strategy. Just a pack 46 in the woods, just boom. But I don't love it at the same time. Like, I actually quite hate it. I'll make another 1 dice 42 don't move to try and get my. He only moves 1 inch plus, and that is you move 1 inch, not that he used that D3 plus 1. It is he moves 1 inch.
Oh dear. Well, the Countess is going to be continuing with her persuasion. That's another 6 dice.
9, another 9.
9 dice. All I need is a 1,
Which you get.
which I get. And these crossbowmen join the faction. Back over to you.
Looks like these guys are on their own. Either they can rally this or they can't. They rally 1 virtue dice.
Oh, lucky them.
So they're back up to 1. They have 1. Yeah, they have 1 fortitude again. So rally a fortitude. So there's one of them. Fritz turned into Find the Red Mist, but after second thought, he was always a bit of a dick. Okay, so that's my action.
The Countess is now going to be using a movement command for everybody around her, the workforce and the crossbows, to begin moving forward.
Does the Countess have a command range?
3 inches.
Excellent.
And to do this, she is going to be using, let's see, they have a faith of 4, the work party only of 3. But she is going to be using 4 Stellaritas on this roll. I'll roll this one separately. The 3 is for the work party,
Yep.
and then the 4th dice will be rolled for both the Countess and the crossbow. The work party will be moving with an enormous...
No, if they're moving as a group, they all have to. Oh, if they're moving as a group, the roll counts for everyone.
In that case, the work party can move on its own. And they'll still be moving only the 4, armor save 6, armor save 5.
If you're going to move them separately, that would be a second action.
No, yes. So the work party will be taking a separate action on their own.
But I would get an action after that first.
Yes. Yes.
But we'll just do it together because it's not like anything I will be doing is going to be of any actual effect on what we will be doing, because they will be just trying to maybe. They have 2 actions left. Let's see.
So the Duchess is moving her 6 plus 4 for 10 inches.
Bit of a sprinter, that Duchess.
Indeed. Moving just ahead of these crossbows. And the crossbows puffing and heaving to keep up.
They will move 8.
9. The other one will 5.
5 plus
5 plus 4.
5 plus 4, yeah. Was it a virtue crit?
Get the position. No. 4.
3 plus D3. Let's say 5 plus D3.
5 plus D3. Yes.
Sorry, so 8.
For her, it is
9.
yes. So she's here, and the crossbows have moved up 8 to just behind her.
Vaulting over the barrel. Oh, vaulting over over the crates and. Okay. So you'll wait with the work party. Then I will now do. I will make a. I don't like being in range. The cannon has shot, but the crew still has arquebuses. So I think I will try and get those guys gone. Handy. So that is a movement of 8. So, 8. From oopsie, sorry, my bad. If I move here next to these vines, I would be blocked from here and blocked from here, right?
Yes.
Would you still have line of sight with your gunners?
No, not from there.
The veterans they are, they will find cover because they know how this game works. The marksman might get stranded for this moment. Because he... Wait, no. Yeah, he's stranded. He's used 2 actions. He is well and truly screwed. Unless maybe he can just accidentally weather a storm of guns.
My action.
Yes, it is your action, sir.
So, I believe the work crew is going to be the next to move. And the work crew, 2 actions, 2 dice. We'll be using 2 Prudencia for their movement, giving them a 8-inch movement.
8-inch movement.
And they'll be using up to surround the banker.
So the
Swarthy labourers.
swarthy laborers will open a dialogue with this man of learning.
Indeed, in their next action.
Okay. So my 18 crossbowmen my gunners have still 1 more action. And knowing that I ended up placing them first, and then I had to ambush the crossbowmen instead of the gunners, because the gunners would have been a little bit better for an ambush, I think. But hey, I will do a rally action on 3 dice because they kind of need to get their shit together. And they're like, no sorry, Bob. I'm still a little bit rattled by that. Okay, that is my action.
Next, the work crew is going to try and persuade this gentleman. I don't believe they have any particular skill in persuasion. No, not at all. Usual 6 dice to attempt to persuade him.
Sure.
Huh?
They interact as capos with objectives, so they can still try. They're used to negotiating a.
Well, that is a 1, 4, and 6.
So the 6 wraps around with the 1, so that's about as much. So they got as far as you should come with us, sir, because we have big shovels.
I believe the conversation got as far as hello.
Could be.
Your action.
Okay, I will pass. I have nothing else I can do at the moment.
The Duchess has taken all of her actions. Everybody else has acted. These gentlemen have nothing left to do except attempting to reload. They'll take this as 1 action, which is a success. The weapon is reloaded.
Oh, I just realized I had a card that would have come in real handy, but I didn't play. Damn it, that would have changed a lot of this game.
And next up, the Palisieri, who have not yet acted, are going to begin moving forwards. And they're going to do this with first 1 Celeritas, which is a crit fail.
They burn a virtue.
They do. 1 virtue burns, which leaves 1 more to move forwards. Which they do.
That is 6. That is their armor save of 5 plus D3. So
So
that
there's
is
the armor save of 3.
Oh, 3.
Yes.
Oh, they're moving 6.
Yes. Heavily armored Palisieri.
Okay.
Up to the brow of the hill.
And just the Pavisieri, not the gunners.
No, the gunners are straggling behind at this point, lugging a cannon.
Okay. Anything else you want to do? Because you got free reign.
No, I don't believe so. I
Don't-
think that everything that I can do at this point.
Yeah, because your gunners use 3 virtue shooting that cannon, so there's not much else they can do. Okay, so it is I pass first, beginning of round 3. Round 3. Next round, my ambushers will appear, but right now we're starting. I pass first, I believe.
Yep, first action to you.
I have first action. I think first thing I will try and do is move my marksman up. One thing I forgot to apply last turn is that all my guys are veterans of the Long War, which means that they have crit succeed on 5s and 6s. So let's hope for a 5 or a 6. But I do not need the 5, I just need the 6. So he will move, he is 4 plus d3, so he will move 7. Maybe that sprint will take him over here. Get him over here. That should kind of block him. How well is he blocked as far as line of sight from this angle?
Yeah, he seems to be blocked from that.
Yeah, and then these guys they might be lugging the cannon. He's kind of in range. One guy is obscuring, so that guy won't be able to shoot, but those 2 guys will. It's a bit long range for guns, but okay. So that was my action.
I'm going to be taking the movement action with the Duchess. And she's going to be rolling, just the 3 centimeters, I think. Definitely takes her up beside the crossbowmanry.
Yes, I think I can just do that. That's fine.
And your action.
My action. So that one was refunded. They are now within the rank command range of the marksman again, so they can kind of start getting shit done. Hopefully.
Yeah.
The crossbowmen move last until they're here. So what we might do, he's got his 1 action left, so he'll only be able to move. But my gunners will be able to shoot. So I think I will try doing a. Let's see. Let's do some measuring just to see how things sort out. If I get a decent move, I could move into here with those guys. I could try and move over there. 8 would take me into there for those 2 guys. I could try and get really close. They hit on 3 pluses because they're long gears. But you know what? To be fair, we might just try and we might get our shit together for 1 more turn. I think I'll actually make another move with him to get. I'll maybe make a rally move with him. I will do a rally action. He gets 5 dice to rally with because he's got 2 long gears
Okay.
in range. Rally's 2. So my long beards are back up to full. Now,
My action.
yes, your action.
The Duchess is going to attempt to convince the second group of crossbowmen to join the cause. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Just missing a 5.
Okay.
Back over to you.
Okay. He's out of actions. These guys have full faith and full actions. I will pass.
Very well. Next action, the Duchess is going to once again attempt her persuasion. Just needing 5. Success. The Duchess has convinced the second group of crossbowmen to join them. The crossbowmen, I believe, will remain in position, keeping you pinned where you are.
So they will move. They'll stay where they are, and they'll stay.
Both of them will stay where they are. They haven't got any line of sight on you. But in your next move action, if you come out, you would have to move in front of them. The Labours are going to attempt twice more to persuade the banker. We have a 1 and a 6 so far. One, 2, 3, and 6 so far. And they'll be taking a second action to do the same again. Needing a 4 and a 5 to convince the banker to move. Success, 4 and a 5.
Excellent.
And the banker, because he's persuaded, can move under his own steam.
Excellent.
Do you have the banker card?
Not with your me. I think the raised person voted there. Just out of curiosity, how many virtue is on your Duchess? The simple, or do you add more?
Oh, I added loads more.
Okay.
The Duchess has currently got 5 virtue. The banker will be taking his first movement action with Fortitudo. Armor of 6, that takes him a grab pace of 7.
That would definitely count as difficult terrain, I would say. So that slope counts as double as he slides down.
He's coming up this section.
Yeah, but so we're just making this area here.
Yes. So we're moving him.
That would count an extra inch. Yeah.
And his second movement action, crit success. So he is now moving 12 inches. That's 9 inches. And heading for the hills.
Excellent.
Next action.
Next action.
Next action, the cannon is going to begin the arduous process of reloading a cannon. As veterans, they have 3 Celeritas. They're going to begin. First reload action. Success. Second action with 2 Celeritas. Also success. Which means that they need 1 more reload action in order to have the cannon loaded. The Palisieri are going to begin their movement. First action. They're only moving 4. 4 down that slope is 2. It's a very, very steep hill, and they're wearing heavy armor.
I bet the pure models don't stand up well.
So they're going to begin slipping and sliding downwards down this hill.
Excellent. Okay.
And their second action, again, they're going to move. Another 3 inches. Sorry, another 2 inches.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
No, I think that's all of the actions done.
Okay, beginning of round 4. The ambushing forces are revealed.
Oh dear.
And they are veterans. They can try and convince him.
They could, if they could get off the top of that viaduct. But
Well, they can make a dangerous terrain move to get down. Might be a bit tricky. Luckily, it's covered in vines. So we'll see. But I passed first, I believe, right?
Yes. So you get the first action.
Okay, so I have a bit of a glutton. I think those guys can wait a moment. I have a good shot at those guys, but I'm worried that he's gonna get away from me next action. Now I have to get down 4 inches. They have now. You're moving over dangerous terrain. You move half, and a 1 or a 2 is a crit fail. So I'll try making movement, but they have 2 prudence and 1 fortitude, so I will try that and see how far I get, because otherwise you're gonna start running off in the other direction. So I move 2 plus 5, rounded down, rounded up. 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 half, rounded up.
4 inches then.
4 inches. So just enough to get me down. And I have to hope he kind of whiffs his movements, because he's a little bit faster than me.
Well, now this changes things, and the banker needs to get back to safety. Although you would have to drag him through my lines.
That is what I was just thinking. There's a cannon waiting there. That is an issue.
So, starting with the banker running for his perceived life. The banker moves a grand total of 4 inches.
6.
6 plus 1, so 4. 7.
Oh yeah.
Back to the top of the track. Over to you.
Okay. Well,
Are you going to pursue into the open with your crossbows?
Yeah.
With your second action?
yeah, I could pursue into the open, or I could start opening fire on targets. How many dice did I use to get down? 2, didn't I?
Yes.
So I have a 1 dice move now. I have a 1 dice action. I don't think I want to start shooting my heavy crossbows in 1 dice. But I will make a 1 dice fortitude action. And that is, again, 2, that is D3, 2 plus 5. On a 7. I'll go up around here and come onto the crest of this hill, giving me a commanding position to fire from. And we'll see. Or let me check. That is just within my my shooting range. It's long distance, fire, but I do have an excellent view of those crossbowmen far.
For the next round, yes.
And also of your work party, and I will be able to hopefully be able to intercept.
Indeed, it's just too bad that I have 2 units of crossbowmen who now also have an excellent view of you.
Okay.
So, shall we begin by moving my Pavisieri once more?
Okay.
Pavisieri are now coming off of the difficult terrain, at last, making a movement action with 1 Celevitas dice. With an armor save of 3, that gives them a movement of 5 this turn.
Okay, it is now my action.
It is.
I will do something bold. I will do a 3 dice fortitude action.
What was this action?
I will make a movement action in this direction with these guys on 3 dice. Crit. So that means my faith and my virtue are refunded. So they come marching stoically around this corner.
Risky action to take.
It is. So my gunners will move 8. So they will move here. Would you say you still have the protection from that angle?
Which front of the base to the front of the base.
They're like
Otherwise, you're giving yourself an extra hit.
Upstairs.
there.
Downstairs.
There.
Okay, yes, they're very much in view.
They're in the open, and well, I know these guys are in the open. The question is, how good a line do they have on these guys? Or alternatively, do you think if I came up over on top of here, would it give them remove their cover from firing up above them?
I don't think it would move their cover from here because it's up to shoulder height.
Perfect. I'm just checking. I will move him. Oh,
Were you using the fortitude from your veterans or from your marksmen?
from my marksman, so I have to keep them within command range at the end. So they're there, but he doesn't quite make it into the gully, so he's a little bit more in the open. But I will roll my. That is my action.
At this point, the crossbowmen open fire. They are doing this using the Countess's virtue, which means at this point we are going to be rolling 3 salutates.
I just have to hope that I manage to get through this.
First crossbow, crit. Rolling the first crit is a hit. Yes, so a crit and a second hit.
So what was the crit with?
6.
No,
Salutates.
Slayers. Okay. So you get to move them if you wanted to. So a crit and a hit, I don't get anything. So first off, I have to roll my armor save, which is a 6+ on this.
Mm-hmm.
1 is saved. So I have to burn 1 virtue. And now I roll my armor save.
One of those was a crit hit. So no defense dice.
No, there's no defense dice.
Okay.
I don't have any cover, so
Your
that was my armor. Those last 2 were my armor saves,
the wound save?
and that was my wound save.
Your wound save is 4+.
Not yet. I'm double checking something. My card. My Ricehäufer gain -1 to the wound save. So the wound save is 5+, right?
Yeah.
I also have the Conquistador card,
Okay.
which can tweak my roll up by 1. Meaning
That's a virtue action.
that's a reveal card.
Ah, okay.
So, or a discard card that I can use 1 time to tweak it up.
Okay.
So,
So he manages to survive the first crossbow. Second crossbow. Crit. Second also hits. That's 2 hits.
oh, I thought that was 2. That was 2 hit. Oh, okay. I rolled that as if that was 2 different hits. Okay.
Well, it was a crit, and then you roll another one because critical on celerity. Second
That,
roll.
no, that's only on
So what's the celerity?
celerity on shooting.
Yeah.
Is that you get to move 3 inches after your shooting action.
Okay.
So maybe we'll scrap that and redo that entire thing.
Okay. So
I'll do my saves
you've
again.
got 2 crits.
Yeah. So I'll re-roll that and redo that entire thing. So you got me with a crit. Okay. So
I've got you twice with crits.
okay.
The third one is also no, because I don't have that virtue. So 1 hit, 2 crits.
1 hit, 2 crits. Okay, so I need 3 saves. Okay, so first save, I would need in my armor save a crit success to save it, which I do not get. Now I need for my armor save, I would need a 5 up, which I do not get. I will
And there's a third crit as well. Sorry, no, 2 crits, 1 hit.
yeah, 2 crits, 1 hit. I'm still resolving the first hit.
Okay.
So that was a 3.
You don't get a defense dice.
No, I don't get a defense dice. That was armor,
Yeah.
and then my wound save.
Okay.
So I'm already burning a virtue. I'll burn a second virtue in order to try and re-roll that.
Okay.
Not looking good. Okay, so 1 guy is down. Next guy fails his wound armor save. Burning a virtue. Let's see if I can manage my. I will use my Conquistador card to tweak that up
Okay.
to a 5.
So we've survived the second bolt.
Second bolt has been survived. One guy is dead though. He failed his armor save. He succeeds his wound save. So one guy goes down to crossbows.
But 2 virtue are now burned.
3 because I did reroll that.
3.
So I'm down to using only the virtue of my capo. I'll just go grab that dice. Excellent. So
Your action.
my action. I will do a 3 dice Fortitudo shot with my 2 gunners. I do happen to hit with my first shot because they are long beers and they get -1 to their hit value, which means it's a 3+ instead of a 4+. So that's 1 simple hit. You do get a defense die.
1 defense dice. Success.
Oh dear. My second shot is also a hit, but you get your defense dice.
Defense dice. Fails. Armor save has to be on a 6.
Yes.
Fails. And the wound save. On this one, it's a 5+. Fails. So that's 1 down and 1 virtue burnt on that. Right, my action. These crossbowmen are now firing at your unobscured crossbowmen on the bluff of the hill. And they're firing using 242 though.
Excellent.
First crossbow, vain. They're firing at a range of 24 inches. Which, with a heavy crossbow, you have the details on the heavy crossbow.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just seeing where I put it down. There it is. My heavy crossbows have +1 to their hit value at 24 to 36 inches.
Okay, so they now have to be rolling 4+ to hit on 2 dice. First one hits with a crit.
Oh dear.
Shooting crit on 42 though?
Further +1 to the armor save. So that's already 6+ because but so I need I would need a 6. And a 5+, so they burn virtue.
Second crit.
Dear, doing very well, aren't we? Fail on the armor save. Burn 2 virtue.
And the third hits.
Fail. I will
Succeed. 3 virtue burned.
They also have Conquistador, so I will use their roll to bump that up to a 5 just to get my help with that a little bit.
That doesn't help with the armor save, however.
No, but that was a wound save.
Yes, but the armor save was penetrated 3 times. That's 3 virtue burned.
Yes, it is. They are burnt out, so unless they can rally next round. Oh, it is before the end of the round.
Correct, and they've taken 2 actions.
That is true. They got strung out in the open. A bit bold of me.
Back over to you.
Okay. It is now my action. They used 1 action to move, 1 action to fire, so my veterans can do 1 more action.
They have 3 actions.
They have 3 actions to rise over. Oh, they did do a 3 move and shoot, 3 dice shoot, so they're out of fate. So they are a bit lost there.
The only virtue left are on the capo.
Yes, they are. And He's got only two actions, so they're gonna have to do. They can't do much. They can't do anything. I will pass.
So, next action. I believe the work crew is going to do the only thing it can do, which is to move up, trying to help the banker to escape.
Provide a screen. I see.
First movement action. They're moving a grand total of 7. Difficult terrain. 2 inches.
Takes us 4.
4, and then moving 3 inches
Onwards.
to the foot of the path.
Okay, we'll see. I think
Second action. Crit movement. So they are now going to be moving 9 inches, overtaking the banker and running for the hills. The banker has 1 action left. And crit fails with it. So he'll be moving away from the enemy.
yes. Directly away from the nearest enemy.
That's 6 inches. This way. The Pavicieri are going to make another advance. Crit fail on Celeritas.
Burn a virtue.
So they get yet another virtue.
So they're down to 1 virtue.
They are. They still move?
Yes, they.
Just the 3 inches, however.
For 1 plus. They simply get. You see the 1 inch plus the D3 plus the 3 inches armor. 3 armor value. There we go. Exit.
Right. The crossbowmen have already taken their action. They've taken their action. I've taken another reload action
On everybody.
with the veteran artillery crew.
Don't you want to reload your crossbow as well? If they've got 1 action left, they shot.
These guys.
Yep.
Yes, I will be doing, but I'll be reloading the cannon first.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, crit fail. So they are not reloaded. Second action. Now they're reloaded. And that's their actions taken. The gun is reloaded and ready to go. Eventually. And the crossbowman.
You know what? I think I can save you the trouble, to be honest, because there's no way I can save them.
And you have 2 handgunners left.
2 handgunners left. So I think I will sound the retreat and cut my losses, sir. Well done. Well played.
Thank you. Right, game end.